discípulos comenzarás a sentir los efectos de este fenómeno sobrenatural.
Guys, welcome everyone to my channel of mystery and terror. I am KannonGXD. Today and collected 3 stories about Bruges. Without further introduction, let's start with these stories. Before starting the video, I want to clarify first of all, the following video is not recommended for children and people who are terrible for the reason of the following stories. Some are real and very scary to hear. These stories are also from well-known people who have told me or passed by my social networks, are not stated as true or false either. They are only here exclusively to entertain. Let's continue with the stories. Anna, Roll was the youngest of 4 siblings. Hard-working and intelligent, it could be said that he had earned heaven. Her mother, Anna, suffered from severe depression triggered by the loss of her husband and the absenteeism of her other 2 children. But he tried to remake his life between pills and the quasi-pleasant solitude of his house. Raul spent 2 or 3 times a week visiting his mother, but when her health suddenly worsened, the visits were made daily. Cookies with milk, pancakes. Every day the son tried to make life more pleasant for the woman who had given him birth, preparing delicious things for her and talking by the fireplace. For his 70th birthday, Raul wanted to make him a very special gift, a locket with the photo of both inside. Anna received him with tears of happiness. It was perhaps the most beautiful thing they have given her in life. She looked at him for a long time, smiling, and left him on her bed. The next day, Raul went, as usual, to visit his mother after work. Upon arrival, he noticed a strange air, calm down, and his mother was noticeably bitter, apparently both physically and psychologically. "You look good today, Mom." "Good to see you, my dear." "Good to see," said Anna between smiles. Raul got ready to go to the kitchen to start preparing something, but his mother stopped him cold. "Son, save your energy and dedicate yourself to rest. You have given too much for me." "It's what I should do, Mom. I love you, I am born and corresponds to me." Anna smiled and slowly headed towards the stairs, without taking her eyes off her son. Raul, surprised, followed her. "I found the solution, my little one, to be able to rest and make the most of the spaces in my house." Raul laughed. "You would have hired a landscaper for that, Mother." "Don't be naive, son. Do you love me? Do you really love me?" Anna's gaze went from a warm smile to a euphoric grimace. Raul got a little uncomfortable, but he wasn't too distracted by it. "Yes, I love you, Mom. And a lot. I would not like something to happen to you, and that is why I am here to support you and help you improve." Anna slowly walked towards her son and hugged him tenderly. "What do you mean, resting, Mom? You will understand in a minute." That said, Raul watched in amazement as his mother, as she continued on her way, slowly faded away like steam until there was no trace of her. Immediately a strange noise was heard from the 2nd floor. He ran upstairs and searched room by room. It was sad to see the scene of a thrown chair, a broken beam, his stepmother with a broken column, a rope around her neck and a locket with the photo of both resting on the bed. 3 witches. This happened during one of the long-awaited and terrifying nights in Halloween, when a large group of little costumed children made themselves to order sweets house by house, and afterwards they would all meet to tell horror stories, although this time the meeting point chosen by all would be the abandoned cemetery of the town. And as usually happens, while the mayor of the group was recounting that in that abandoned cemetery there were 3 buried witches who come out on Halloween night to frighten and scare people. It is then when a strong wind begins to blow throughout the cemetery and the children were frightened. They held hands and they could see how one of the coffins rose, and when the lamp fell to the floor and went out, they all started running as far as they could to get outside the cemetery. It is thanks to these legends that exist from the abandoned cemetery that now all the children who had been present during that terrifying Halloween night now no longer make fun of people who had but some paranormal experience in the place, because each of the children had managed to live the feeling of fear until it took them running. Bruja de Salem. A long time ago in Salem, in the United States, it began in the year 1682, a time when anyone who received at least a single accusation of witchcraft was hanged with no opportunity to defend himself. In the home of a wealthy family, there was a maid who looked after two girls who enjoyed being told stories of horror, ghosts, and witches. Telling these kinds of stories was deemed a crime in Salem, but the maid pleased the little ones with terrifying tales. This maid, apart from telling very good stories, foreshadowed the future and read the lines of the hymns. The girls began to behave very strangely. They cried for no reason and suffered sleepwalking constantly. They were attended by a doctor and he did not find the reason for their behaviors, and as a final diagnosis, he said that the girls had been cursed. The girls were questioned by many people and stated that the maid had been the culprit, but she wanted to make a deal, which could give them details of many Salem witches and witches, in exchange for their forgiveness. Gave addresses of many people from the place. It was then that a wild farmhouse broke out where many innocent people died, who were accused of witchcraft, and most of those people were of very poor economic status. The girls, who had very strange behaviors, were the ones who accused most of the people who were cruelly murdered of witchcraft. They were the main cause of so many deaths. Really, thanks for watching the video and listening to these fantastic stories. You are also free to post your own scary story or some paranormal suspicion below in the comments, and I will take it into account to tell it in a future video. I upload content every Thursday. Don't forget to subscribe. Share and follow me on my social networks. See you because I am the Prince of Darkness, KG, Darkness. Until next time.